50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plant. They have said that this has all the five former heads of the CIA, both parties, say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage.
This is classic Trump. We have 4 days left, and all of a sudden there's a laptop. There's overwhelming evidence that from the intelligence community that the Russians are engaged.
I still think that the stories from the fall about your son Hunter were Russian disinformation and a smear campaign, like you said.
Yes. I know you'd ask it. I have no response. It's another smear campaign. It's the last-ditch effort in this desperate campaign to smear me and my family. The vast majority of the intelligence people have come out and said there's no basis at all.
It seems pretty clear that Hunter Biden was trading on his father's name to make a lot of money.
All right, guys. So you gotta love it when the mainstream liberal media admits that the conspiracy theorists were right. Okay, that is what is happening right now with this Hunter Biden laptop situation. You know, the same situation story that was censored by the mainstream media because it was supposedly Russian disinformation. Okay, now you have CNN basically coming out here and saying that the ongoing investigation that is being conducted in regards to Hunter Biden's laptop by the Department of Justice in regards to a multitude of legal and financial issues that he's having, including some drama with his baby mama, child support, possible tax fraud / tax evasion, and his business dealings in Ukraine, in which he was allegedly selling his father's influence in order to pay the bills, right? To get paid large sums of money to be on boards of a business that he knew nothing about. And now CNN, one of the main liberal media outlets that were telling America right before the presidential election that this Hunter Biden laptop stuff is all a right-wing / Russian conspiracy.
Of the House Intelligence Committee, Congressman Adam Schiff. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. Does it surprise you at all that this information Rudy Giuliani is peddling very well could be connected to some sort of Russian government disinformation campaign?
Well, we know that this whole smear on Joe Biden comes from the Kremlin.
Bruh, that's embarrassing, dog. Not just for Wolf Blitzer to see it in, but also from Adam Schiff. Okay? It's just routinely wrong on everything, right? Everything when it comes to the Russian stuff. It's made up, man. It's always made up. That guy is such a liar. But anyways, okay, so as you guys saw, CNN, again, was peddling the idea, right, that this is Russian disinformation. Therefore, don't believe it. Don't pay attention to it, right? And that was the excuse they used to ignore it. Now, fast forward almost 2 years later, literally discussing the possibility of Hunter Biden going to jail, right? Jail, prison, over the stuff that is on that laptop. And I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you guys. I can't discuss the stuff that's on the laptop that we really should be talking about as a society, but there's allegedly things on that laptop that have nothing to do with the stuff that the mainstream media is talking about that he actually should be going to jail over, right? We should actually have an investigation into that. But anyways, that's another video for another day that will probably never come out because it's too spicy to talk about on YouTube. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into CNN finally covering Hunter Biden's laptop and how serious this investigation has become.
We have some brand new CNN reporting. A Justice Department investigation on Hunter Biden, the president's son, has intensified over the last several months. The investigation has been going on since 2018, and this stems from Biden's business dealings, from Hunter Biden's business dealings in foreign countries like Ukraine, while his father was serving as vice president.
In China. They ain't talk about China, right? They leaving out China. It ain't just Ukraine, but allegedly they have business dealings in China as well, too.
Sources tell CNN that President Biden is not being investigated in relation to his son's dealings.
He should be, right? According to Tony Bobulinski. What ever happened to that guy? During a time like this, Tony Bobulinski, he need to come out of the closet and tell the world about the big guy, right? Remind them about the big guy, okay, and how he met with Joe, right? We need to hear from him, right? What happened to Bobulinski? Somebody page him, please.
Joining me now is CNN senior justice correspondent Evan Perez and CNN senior legal analyst Ellie Honig. Evan, just lay out your reporting here because this is very, very bad for the president's son.
It is, and it's an investigation, as you pointed out, going back to 2018. And right now, prosecutors in Delaware are focusing on a number of things, including whether Hunter Biden and some of his business associates violated laws, including tax and money laundering laws and foreign lobbying laws. A lot of this has to do with Hunter Biden's time working with this company called Burisma, an energy company in Ukraine. He was getting paid as much as $50,000 a month for that company during a time that Joe Biden, his father, was vice president, was in charge of handling Ukraine issues for the Obama administration. And that...
Facts, okay? Facts, right? It's just so hilarious watching CNN admit all this stuff that they said was a conspiracy, right? It's just so funny. But yes, Hunter Biden was on the board of Burisma. I think it's like an oil and gas company or something like that. This dude has no experience with that whatsoever. Nobody thought that's sketchy. Nobody thought it was sketchy.
Of course, raised questions of a conflict. And so what we know is this investigation, for a while, it has been going on, and it seemed to not a lot was going on until recently. A lot of activity has picked up. We know witnesses have gone in to talk to the grand jury in Delaware. We know of witnesses who are going in to talk to investigators in the next few weeks. So we know that there's a lot of activity now picking up. He's not been charged. He says that Hunter Biden says that he committed no wrongdoing, and that he says at the end of this he believes he'll be cleared. But obviously, as you pointed out, this is a political mess for the sitting president to have his son being investigated by the Justice Department, his own Justice Department.
Yeah, they said it was going to happen to Trump, right? This is what they said was going to happen to Trump and his sons. Never happened, okay? Never happened, right? Lo and behold, it's happening while the grown-ups, the adults are in the White House, okay? And what I found to be so funny about this, besides the fact that CNN basically admitting that they were lying when they claimed that this was Russian disinformation, they knew it was legit, is how they failed to mention anything about how it is strange that Biden, coincidentally, basically threatened to withhold taxpayer money from Ukraine if they didn't fire a special prosecutor that was investigating the same company, Burisma, that Hunter Biden was on the board on.
I remember going over convincing our team, or others too, convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid at the time. Well,
again, I find it fascinating how they never bring this up, right? Because, again, I find it to be mighty strange and coincidental that Joe Biden would threaten to hold taxpayer funds from Ukraine if they didn't fire a special prosecutor that was investigating the company that his son was on the board on. So, again, you're having this conversation about it. You might as well tell all the facts, okay? Give all the context here. Joe Biden should be investigated, for sure.
He was making a lot of money doing something he definitely should not have been doing while his dad was vice president and overseeing that portfolio. Ellie, how do you see this?
Well, Brianna, this is a very real, very substantial investigation of potentially serious federal crimes. We are seeing federal prosecutors in Delaware do exactly what you would expect to see federal prosecutors do in this situation. They're talking to witnesses, they're bringing people into the grand jury, they're issuing subpoenas, and I would expect, as Evan reported, they're now gaining steam, and they need to make a decision, I think, in the at least intermediate future. This case has been going on for 4 years, and there is a realistic chance this could result in federal charges. Of course, course, then we'd be in unprecedented political territory, not legal territory, but a situation of having potentially the Justice Department prosecuting and trying to imprison the son of the president.
Boy, if that happened, oh my God, I would lose it, bro. I would lose it. That would be egg on the face of the mainstream liberal media that, again, has been telling us the walls are closing in on Trump, right? Trump's going to prison. Trump's going to prison. Lo and behold, the only person going to prison, right, major political figure here, outside of Michael Avenatti, but Hunter Biden, the president's son. And if Hunter Biden goes to prison, there has to be some dirt on Joe. There has to be. But I wouldn't be surprised if that gets swept under the rug because he is the sitting president, and that would create a whole lot of, issues in regards to political instability if the sitting president is actually investigated, okay? But there's no doubt in my mind that Joe Biden was involved, at least my opinion, right? I think that Joe Biden was a part of Hunter Biden basically selling political influence, okay? The whole family is a crime family, right? They call them the Biden crime family for a reason. They're all dirty, okay? In my opinion. It's just hilarious how they said this was going to happen to Trump, right? Trump and his kids. Whew, it's so funny to watching the mainstream liberal media eat crow on this stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned politics. I mean, politics, Ellie, have factored into so much of this, from the interest in this case by President Trump and his associates as well. That's actually something that I think may have backfired in a way initially in this.
Yeah, Brianna, two things can be true at the same time. Donald Trump can have committed all sorts of abuses of power and outrageous acts trying to push people to investigate Hunter Biden, but there also could independently be a legitimate investigation of Hunter Biden. And the history is really important here because Bill Barr, this is the one thing I will say Bill Barr did absolutely correctly. When he became Attorney General in 2019, this investigation was already going on, and Bill Barr did not leak it. He made sure DOJ did not leak it before the investigation. If he had done that, that really could have influenced things. And I have to say, Joe Biden deserves political credit here for keeping his hands off. Typically, when a new president comes in, especially of a new party, he gets rid of all 93 U.S. attorneys across the country. Here, Joe Biden left 2 U.S. attorneys in place. One is John Durham, and the other is this U.S. Attorney, David Weiss, in the District of Delaware, because he did not want to give any appearance of political interference in this case or the Durham case.
Yeah, that's a really important point. Ellie, thank you so much. Evan?
Yeah. But it seems like that decision might end up putting his son in jail, okay? Putting his son in jail, and he might have some information that might come out about him as well, too. Okay, Biden should have fired him. But again, it would have looked really bad if he did. It would have looked like, yeah, you are guilty if you did. So it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. I think Biden has his fingers crossed that nothing will come of this, that ultimately Hunter will be found innocent and that he won't go to prison. But I don't know, man. This investigation is heating up, right? And I'm not saying that. CNN is saying that Hunter could end up doing some prison time. Again, which is hilarious. Coming from the same mainstream liberal media network that told America that they should ignore this before the election, that it's not a big deal because it's Russian disinformation. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.